And then back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Boyd took the advantage and played on from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up. Big head kick. Down goes Thompson. It's over.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. How you going, bro?
I'm good, mate. I'm very, very well. Obviously, an early one today, but regardless, Doma, we're here. We front up every week. We have been for nearly, 3 years. The show must go on. You know, people, they come and go in this space, this hobby. We've seen the content creators just dissipate from thin air, right? But
People come, as they say, Sauce, people come and go, but idiots last forever. And these two idiots are here thick and thin. So, where's I got my pen here. Yeah, so we're here rocking and rolling. Jules, welcome. He's right in. We're going to need your expertise when we get to AFL, mate, because the double coverage Supercoach team was in the top 54%. It was shit. It stunk. We had Reed and Gibcus on the field, a 15 and a 19. 2 injuries. Well done to us. Well, you can blame me for that probably because I put them on as probably the 2 best back rookies that we thought were going to do well, and they both got injured. So anyway, but we'll get straight into it, Sauce. Just a quick one in the NBA. It's still flying along. It's almost there towards the pointy end of the season where it's coming to playoffs. But notable thing this week, it happened today. Just go watch Ant-Man baptized John Collins today. Like, it was a baptism. It's Saucy's number 1 under 25 player in the comp, outranking Luka the Don, according to Saucy, due to unpopular responses from the community. But anyway, Saucy's sticking by it, and he is the human highlight reel at the moment. So he got the job done today.
Did you see the other highlight yesterday? Kyrie with the running left-hand game winner.
That was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Look, you got to have a bit of respect for Dallas, and we'll see what they can do. Obviously, they're definitely going to play playoffs, so it'll be interesting to see what can happen. What can they do in the playoffs?
Jono on Instagram says sources on meth. That's Jono Michaels. Cosmic, yeah, the boys. Welcome, Cosmic. Hope all is well, bro. Hope you're keeping very well. Just a quick one. Minnesota with the win today. Go back to second. In the West, Oklahoma still first. Denver third. Clippers fourth. Lakers still in ninth. Sauce got a win today.
Still in the playoffs.
Still in the playing. That's all it matters.
Playoffs, mate. It's all the same.
Boston's 10 games clear in the East, and they still won't win the title, so that's great. Milwaukee in second, Cleveland third, Knicks fourth.
Jeez.
Another guy in the top.
First, Thomas writing off the Boston.
Another
Celtics.
guy in the top 5. That sources love, Paolo Banchero. He spoke about him last week on the show. There, Orlando Magic are in 5th. My Heat are in the play-in, Source. And as we know what happened last year when they made the play-in, they made the finals. So just steer clear of the Heat.
They're down at the Heat. Bam Adebayo with the game winner.
Yeah, but it's against Detroit. Like, what the hell are we doing, man? We're having close games against the Wizards in Detroit. Come on.
There you go.
Our Monday night team will probably... that's too far. That's too far. We can't even win an A grade.
Mate, they could play the whole bench squad. They'd slap us by 55.
Mate, they wouldn't even... They just played Cade Cunningham against us, and he beat us solely. One-man show. Lillard said about Kyrie, he's the most skilled MFer ever. Yeah, he's pretty good, Kyrie Irving. That's pretty safe to say. Luka is the baby goat, says Jono. And Source, reckons that it's Ant-Man. Anyway, that's it for basketball. There's not much happening around the traps. There is 21 games. Oh, no. 24 games left. For some teams, 22. No. 14 games left for some, 15 games for others. Sorry. So it's getting really close to playoffs, and that's when we're going to get stuck right into it. Wemby, obviously, you saw his stat line yesterday. Source 33, 13, and 7 blocks. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The guy's a freak. And don't worry, we'll talk about his cards a bit later on in Hobby Talk, so stay tuned for that. Because there's been some developments, which we'll get to, and some breaking news as well for this show. So we will get to that. All right, so let's move on to the EPL. There was a whole bunch of postponed games this week. So there wasn't many games on the card.
Because FA Cup, your boys got the job done in the FA Cup. You happy about that, Doma, over Liverpool? Absolutely cracking match. Went the full distance. She's won it right deep in extra time. You couldn't ask for a better FA Cup tie.
I'm just glad that Amad Diallo comes back and wins the game for United because the guy's actually a freak.
Can I just
right? So I'm actually
honestly,
happy. I'm happy for him.
But I'm happy for United and for you, Dom, and obviously for Diallo. But Diallo, buddy, you just sorry, but you're gonna have to cop one of these because for taking off your t-shirt.
Yeah, I know.
And celebration.
I know.
You are a lemon. You got red carded.
Yeah,
you missed the next. I know it's only one game. You missed the next, game.
It's against Coventry.
You could still play the final.
I know it's against Coventry, but as we know in the FA
Cup,
Cup,
cool. Just turn around and point to the back. That's it. Give us the point. You know what I mean? You don't need to take. You're not Messi, bro. Like
I know, and he did a Messi celebration. He did the Messi celebration too, which was disgusting in itself. But anyway, besides the point, he misses against Coventry. In the next game, pretty sure it's Coventry. And I'm not saying that's a guaranteed win because we know in the FA Cup, we've seen these lower level sides before, with the fairy tale stories. But let's just put it this way. If Coventry beat United and Man City wins on the other side, Man City could win the final by 10 goals. So let's just hope it's United. Actually, they'll probably beat United by 6 goals anyway. So it doesn't really matter there. We'll see what we do. We suck. But I'm glad we beat Liverpool. You always love beating Liverpool. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, doesn't matter what a preseason cup, Premier League, doesn't matter. When you beat Liverpool, it's a party time. Maddie says, let's go Devils. Global says, lads, $10 initial membership for the Tassie Devils. Mate, they got 82,000 members, mate. They got more. We should have sent North to Tassie. We'll get to it shortly.
North supporters will not be happy about that.
John
the club will be doing better financially, probably. No, I think
probably.
You've sorted out a lot of stuff. The turmoil down there.
Don't worry about North, mate. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. My sources tell me Sportsbet will be paying our Rookie of the Year very soon. Get on as much as you can, said Jono. Cosmic says Lemon to Diallo. There you go. So the other games outside of the FA Cup. So what are we? The 19th. We were on Thursday last week, weren't we? So Bournemouth, Luton 4-3, Luton, Nottingham 1-1, Burnley, Brentford 2-1.
That game 4-3, Luton were up 3-0 at halftime.
It was ridiculous.
They were up 3-0 at halftime. Luton, if you go down this season, just look back at that game. That is not a game you should not take the full 3 points from.
It was unbelievable. It was,
Oh, well done by Bournemouth, obviously.
Burnley, Brentford 2-1. Tottenham lose to Fulham 3-0. They're finished. They're done. And Villa and Aston Villa. Villa and West Ham play out a 1-1 draw. I can't even speak tonight. So that are the results. Those are the results. The games, there's no game this week. There's a week off. So we don't have to worry about that. Let's get to the standings. For the time being, with some of those games resulting, Villa's just got the game in hand. They're 7 games behind City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Arsenal still on top with that goal difference of 7, plus 7 over Liverpool, and plus 11.
Manchester City.
City, massive. So United out of the hunt. They're 6 games behind Tottenham, 6 points behind Tottenham.
You're finishing above Chelsea, though, surely.
Yeah, we're 8 points clear of Chelsea at the moment. So Manuel is in a bit
Manuel,
of
you're in
strife.
trouble, buddy.
He's in
Manuel,
a
you're in
bit
trouble.
of strife, Manuel.
Oh, I'm
So
excited to get a new nice. I'm going to ask her a sucker.
do I get a top 2? Does he buy me a top as well?
Yeah, I think that was the agreement.
Yeah, it's okay. If it wasn't, he is. Anyway,
He's going to
so
send you.
perfect.
He's probably going to send you a Messi top.
No. We get to choose the top, the team. He's not fucking doing. I know exactly what he'd do. He'd burn his money to watch me burn the jersey. He's not buying me a Messi top.
You'd actually go viral if you did that, Dom.
Mate, you should have seen on the weekend. We played a pracky game against this team. And this is how bad I am. It was a practice game source. Before the game started, the guy, like in the crowd, this family had their 2 young boys there. Not at my club. Not happening at my club. Both of them in a home and away Messi kit. And I just turned around to, Ben and my brother-in-law. And I said, we're not losing to this team today. I go, they dress their kids up in Messi tops. I'm not losing to this shit. And guess what? We didn't lose. So I ain't losing to no team where they make their kids dress up in rubbish. No, that shit. Look, what I was showing Saucy. I just bought this for my unborn child. Right here. There you go.
Prepared. There you go. From the official Real Madrid store on DHgate.
It's amazing what you can find on the realms of the internet. That's why you should listen to Saucy. Anyway, let's move on. Enough of that stuff. Just a quick one. F1 Aussie Grand Prix is on this weekend. I'll get the race time. I'm pretty sure it's 3:00.
No, Domo, we will not be attending.
3 p.m. No, I know you messaged me. I don't even think I got back to you, but I got a scheduled meeting on Friday anyway for work. So there's always something that was going to come up, and I copped it. Magda, welcome. But yeah, 3 p.m. Sunday. You know what? It's a good time. If there's no one around at my joint or whatever, we might even jump on and maybe do an off the grid and watch Verstappen win anyway, because the season's finished, as we keep telling you all.
Yes.
So 3 races in. But yep, tune into that one, 3 p.m. It's great to have it back in town. And get ready for your news feed to be filled with F1 content from people that have never watched the race in their life. And they're going to act as if they've been watching races for 25 years. It's a joy. You love the bandwagon, but you know what? It's good. It's good for the sport. And yeah, I love seeing it grow. Let's go to the first home North game, Doma. Man, I got a pracky game this weekend. I was so annoyed. I was going to go. We play Fremantle at Marvel, 1:45. We play prime time slots now in North Melbourne, mate. Prime time slots.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be going to that game potentially. Had my mate Mus ask me if I wanted to go. So
if I don't have
in the morning,
if everything gets cancelled and there's no pracky games, I'll definitely be at that game, Magda. 100% will be there. It's a great time on a Saturday to get a footy game in. All right, let's get to the AFL since we're talking about it. First and foremost, let's get straight to the double coverage Supercoach team, because I'm going to go to the home and I'm going to show you how much of a shambles we were. You get me into the North Melbourne cheer squad. No, I'm not sitting in there, Magda. I'm not sitting in there, mate. I'm not sitting there. I've done it once before with a person in question, one of Saucy's mates. I'm not doing that again, because I have to listen to North Melbourne supporters tell me how good this player is, and I turn around to him and say, no, he's actually shit, straight to their face. So I'm not going in there, mate. They're too diehard and too unrealistic for me. No. Not happening. This
terrible
is
Doma.
Top 55%. It was a disgrace. Absolute disgrace this week. There it is, 2008. Shithouse by all of us. We've got 2 trades available. I haven't made anything yet. I was going to bring it to this forum. I'll put something in the story. This is our team, ladies and gentlemen. So don't be afraid to, if you're into fantasy, helping out this side. We had the Bont as the captain. He's got 126. We'll take it. Butters was a good addition. Saucy's Noah Anderson was a great addition.
Oliver Dempsey, can we get him in?
Yeah, he's here. He was on the bench.
Yeah.
But he's in.
Oh, no, you had him on the bench.
Yeah, we actually had him. So I haven't made any trades. All right. I haven't done anything yet. because I
Oh,
want the
you got to
community.
get rid of Reed though.
Well, I've got to get rid of Reed and Gibcus. They both have to go. And
We got any
did
money
have
in the bank?
Yeah, we had. Oh no, we don't. We've only got a little
We
bit.
got nothing.
So
Oh, no.
there's Charlie Dean. We can chuck in from Collingwood. He's on 2 games. He'll go up in a price rise if he plays this week. If we get rid of Gibcus, if we get rid of Reed, we can probably put in Marty Hoare from Melbourne. There's someone else. I'm pretty sure another defender in there as well that we can probably put in.
Look at the Shees, 130.
The other thing too is we can always move Dacos back into the back line if we make the trade for Reed. So put Dacos in the back line and then just get another cheap mid to chuck in. So I can't get D'Ambrosio in, mate. I haven't got enough money. Poor Gibcus. Wish the guy luck in recovery, bro. So unlucky. This is obviously, if you don't know Josh Gibcus' story, a lot of hamstring issues. Missed all last year trying to get his hamstring right. Played really well in the preseason game, and then landed awkwardly. Did his ACL on Thursday night, which was so unfortunate for him.
Another ACL.
There's been a fair few of them.
It's a brutal game.
Fair few of them. Go to did his Achilles for North Melbourne on the weekend. There was another guy that did his ACL for Fremantle. I was watching it. Full hyperextension source. I actually was like, oh my God. Like, I got out of my seat, was like, oh, I can't watch it. It was a hard watch. So there was 2 ACLs and an Achilles done on the weekend. And then last week, obviously, we had Coleman and Doherty did their ACL. So we've had 4 ACLs and an Achilles in 2 weeks of football. That is mental. That's crazy. Anyway,
brutal.
We'll work out this team. Feel free to send me messages on who you want to get in. I would love to get D'Ambrosio in. He's still got 2 more weeks before he goes up in money, in price. So we might be able to flog off some guys in the next few weeks and maybe get him. Yeah, hopefully no more injuries, Magda. That would be lovely. We hate seeing players go down injured. All right, that's it for that. Games this week. We had the Tigers losing to the Blues by 5 points. Richmond fought pretty hard with 1 on the bench. They copped a lot of injuries. Prestia got subbed out in the first 5 minutes. He's practically finished Sauce. Dion Prestia. This is the way I summed it up. I was talking because I was at this game with 2 Richmond supporters, and then it was 2 North supporters with 2 Richmond supporters. And mind you, I was actually going for Richmond Sauce because you know me. You love to see Blue Abroad up and about when they beat Brisbane in Brisbane, but it would have been just imagine if they lost by a point. It was 87.
Yeah. I know.
I would have just loved on the way home, just have the YouTube up, Blue Abroad, and what was just sweet success the week before, they probably would have been smashing shit.
Up and down story of the AFL.
It would have been unbelievable. It would have been unbelievable. So they did very well, Richmond, with what they had. There's a few key takes I learnt out of this game. Richmond are not up for it this season, unfortunately, for Richmond supporters. And don't flatter yourself with the result against Carlton. You're playing against the Carlton side. Like, you got all your ins back. You got Nank in, Dustin Martin, Tom Lynch in. I know you copped a few injuries. I understand that. But you played a Carlton team that had no Wiedering, no Sam Walsh, no Jack Martin, and there's another player in there that's pretty good that's out at the moment. So, they're missing 4 key footballers in that side. So you did really well to stick with them. Really, really well. The second thing, key point, as much as Timmy T, he did nothing in that game, Magda, unfortunately. And Hopper had 24 possessions in the first half and had 2 possessions in the second half when the game was on the line. So the second thing I learned, as much as this guy is a jet source, an absolute jet, and this is a massive call here, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I can't believe Dom's saying this. But he genuinely cost Richmond the game. Genuinely. As much as this guy is a superstar, he's the biggest cat on that football field. He is a bitch. Shy Bolton is a cat. There was 3 marking opportunities where he didn't want to get into the contest when it was a one-on-one, and he just watched the ball because he didn't want to get cop a knock, and they just got intercept marks. Honestly, he could have won them the game at the end. I get that, but there was opportunities when there was one opportunity where there was a 2-on-1, and instead of going up for it because he was closest to the football, he waited for his teammate, who was like 3 meters away, to go to the contest so he could get the ball when it hit the ground. When he was closest to the football, he should have made the contest to bring it to the ground for his teammate to get it. It was a 2-on-1.
You see a lot more. Where did you see Sommer? Good seats?
Level 4, row B, right towards the front.
Right, that's all right. That's all right. You can see a lot from up there. You see a lot how the game unfolds.
I saw a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
On level 1.
A lot of stuff. And that was one thing.
You don't see the full perspective when you're watching it on TV, ladies and gentlemen. You don't see the movement of the players and how hard they work, or you don't pick up on certain things. So
Noah Bolter's a good footballer, man. He's going to be a very good footballer for Richmond. Just when the game was on the line, some of those contested marks he took in the back line were unbelievable. And the other thing too, he's off the ball. Everyone and Richmond supporters were he's pushing people behind the play. Charlie Cameron is an absolute animal. He just runs through people, mate. I was saying to him, if this guy played in the 90s, he'd kick 100 goals in a season. How strong he is. He'd kick 100 goals because he's so athletic and so strong. He just dominate. That's how good he is. It's ridiculous. So anyway, the Blues get the win. Charlie Curnow. Sorry, did I say Cameron? Sorry, apologies. Charlie Curnow. Curnow. Bro, he's so good. Next game up. Saucy's probably got a few things to say on this one, but the Sydney Swans defeat the Magpies, the reigning premiers, by 33 points in what was a no contest.
Sydney look good, Dom.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do.
Heaney's moved into the midfield. Golding's taken another step. They look pristine. They've got now Amadi and Logan McDonald clicking up forward. And they got Parker and Mills to come back a bit into the season. I'll tell you what, Sydney's going to be right up there. I think I can nearly put them in, guarantee top 4 for Sydney this year. They have a very good side. They got depth. They've got a number of guys who can rotate through the midfield. So the Pies, on the other hand, you don't want to start 0-2. You're now going against the history of the AFL. No team's ever started 0-2 and won the flag. So there goes your chances of going back-to-back. If you do it, you're defying history, which can be done, as we've seen with LeBron in 3-1 down. Only player ever to come back from that, or team, I should say, not player. Team, that Cavaliers team. So it can be done, but you're putting yourselves in an uncomfortable position, and they didn't look good again. The turnovers coming out the back line, guys hitting targets. My mate who went to the game, he said by 3/4 time, a whole quarter, a third of the stadium had left fans. So yeah, not good. They need to get things back in order to the Pies. Missing a few guys, but it's no excuses. It's early days, but still, once again, it's going to be tough.
They were no good. They were
average. Right.
They were no good. It's rough to watch, but there's a few guys in that team that looks like it might have passed them the game. I know they played an extended amount of football compared to everyone else because they played an extra month, pretty much. I get that. I do get that. But the Swans, man, even guys like Malikan in the back line with McCartan, he's just come out as this revelation and just dominated. Matty Roberts, their rookie, has come in. He's been playing good football just out the back. Chad Warner's a freak.
Yeah, Warner's a gun.
He was running absolute muck.
Warner's a gun.
Grundy played really well, except for the fact that he gave away 7 free kicks. He had, 7 free kicks against.
Yeah.
So for super coach players out there, that's why he scored the 70. If he didn't get the 7 against, he probably would have scored 90. So he just kept giving away free kicks like crazy. Because there's a few questionable ones where I was like, he's a bit unlucky. But yeah, they look pretty good.
Wrong one.
Oop.
You go, Doma.
Magda said, let's get Noah Bolter to the Roos Doma. Let's give him $1 million. We have a war chest. Magda, I'm going to teach you very quickly the economics of the North Melbourne Football Club and offering contracts to footballers. We're not giving anyone else 750 plus, all right, unless their name is like Nick Dacos. I'm not giving Noah Bolter $1 million. There is no chance that is happening. Zero chance. Because he's not worth $1 million. Just like we gave Taron Thomas 750 grand, and look where he is out of the league. They come play for the football club because they love football, and we pay them really well. They probably get paid $500,000 a year. All right, $450 a year. That's a lot of money. The guys that we attract at our football club are not superstars and do not demand the upper echelon of payment of 700 plus. We literally turn players. Like, we pay guys as if they're Otto Porter Jr. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, they get $64 million contracts and not worth that money in the NBA, the equivalent. Paying someone $1 million in the AFL is the equivalent of paying them $64 million a season in the NBA. Correct, Source? NBA, like $1 million is the top. That is your creme de la creme. $1 million plus.
There'll be only a few players that are on 1.1 or 1.2 million. You got to remember, I think the salary recap is 12 million. I think.
Yeah, you just can't do that. That's where I'm going with it. Like, when we offered Martin that much amount of money, I get it. It's Dustin Martin. But Noah Bolter, I know he's a good player, but he's not worth that much. I'll give him $500,000. 100% I would. Jules says we go 0-5. We're going to lose to Sydney by 10 goals, Saucy. We'll get to that right now. The Bombers beat the Hawks 107-83. Good start.
Take the win. We'll take the win.
Take the win. No defense at all played in this football game, which is good. There was a goal fest.
It's good to see that there was goals kicked, high scoring.
Yeah, goals
exciting stuff, mate.
And your boy, he played well. You told the masses that listen to this podcast that it was his contract year and he was going to kick goals from the outset. And he looked amazing.
He did.
Jake the Snake. You said it. You said it. You said put your money on it, ladies and gentlemen. You said it. You came on this podcast the week before, or last week, and you said he's going to have an absolute blinder of a year. He'll come back fit, fresh, kick bags of goals, get paid money, and then you said next year he'll be shit. That's what you said. That is exactly what you said. And he looked fit, he looked fresh, and he kicked a bag of goals on the weekend.
Mate, he was even chasing down guys, running past another Essendon player, past the Essendon player to catch the other guy. He didn't get him, but he still fucking put on the chase. Mate, he wasn't doing none of that shit last year. Let me tell you, Doma. He was doing none of that. All right? So, yes, it has been confirmed. Jakey Stringer is on the official contract year. The hunt. He's on the contract hunt by playing good and trying to sign another 2 to 3 year deal and fleece Essendon some more money. But look, we'll take the win, Doma. It wasn't convincing.
Mackay was good.
Mackay was good. Goldie was good. So the recruits that we've got, the experienced guys, good. Disappointing. It feels like we've got another. We've got another injury-prone key back or a key position guy. We've had him in the past at Essendon. And you just can't seem to get him right. And it was important for Reid to play games this season, so because it gives Reid, McKay to take the best guys and allows Ridley when he gets back into the team to be a elite ball user and use his best attribute, which is intercept marking, starting the rebound with a precise kicking and things, because he is our best ball user out of the back line. They've tried to throw Nick Martin back there and see how that works. Will it work? I don't know. Nick Martin had a really good season last year on the wing, and then you're telling me they're putting Kelly on the wing. They've got Kelly on the wing. Kelly's usually playing back. I understand you need to have a more elite ball use out of the back line, but at the same time, Kelly's not a wingman. They could have probably had other guys on the wing. Actually, he got injured. I think Nick Cox is probably going to have to play back because we've got no Redmond this week. So Nick Cox is going to have to play back again. He was lucky. he was lucky. Marbiol Chol at one point, I think he got a little bit injured, or he got injured and he had to go off. And mate, Chol was absolutely giving him a bath. He was marking everything on him. He just couldn't finish the goals. And it was Hawthorn was. If they kicked straight in the first quarter, Dom, they could have been up by 3 goals in the first half. They could have been up by 3-4 goals at half time. It would have been a different game. You know what I mean? So I'm not really convinced because, should they take in their chances and gettable goals, Dom? Not
I know.
Nothing. Very gettable goals,
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced at all. It's going to be Essendon. If we win 10 games this year and equal last year or 11 games, whatever we won, it'll be pretty good. I don't think we'll make finals. I don't think we're good enough. I think it's going to be, a true test this week against a proper side. And then obviously we're going to have Anzac Day in a few more weeks and we've got a couple of games in between. But it'll be interesting to see. These first 5 games of your team tells a lot.
They're critical.
If you want to have any chance at playing finals this year, and, my pass mark for any team that walks onto the field for Essendon is make finals, win a final. We haven't won one for how many days, years, whatever, right? That's my pass mark. I'm not expecting to win a grand final. We definitely won't win a grand final. I can put my house on it, right? But that's the pass mark. And at this moment, I don't think that's going to happen.
Fair enough. You had the job done. 4-goal win there. Next one up after that was my mob, played against premiership favourites in GWS. And we lost by 39 points, Sauce. We're down by, I think, 5 points at halftime, and then ended up
extremely straight in the first half. To keep you guys in.
Played really well. McKercher looks really good. Dersma looks really good. Wardlaw is like unbelievable. The biggest problem for North Melbourne is the back line. So that is our biggest weakness, and it was on show. Jesse Hogan kicked 6. He put on a clinic. Cadman even kicked 3. He was kept quiet the week before when there was better defenders when they played against the Pies. You know what I mean? Like those guys. Hogan still kicked 4 the week before. He's actually in red hot form, Jesse Hogan. If you watch him, he's doing everything well. Also, GWS though.
Thank you for the Norm Smith, Jesse Hogan.
Yeah, potentially. He's kicked 10 goals in 2 weeks. So I'm not sure who GWS play this week. We'll have a look in a second.
Well, you can average like 3 goals a game and kick your occasional 5-6s. You're within any
100%
chance to win the Coleman.
But North, that's a win for us.
You're never going to win that game. Come on, Dom.
The line source. The line was 50. So to lose,
covered the line.
We covered the line. So that should automatically get us at least 1 point from the AFL on the ladder. We covered the line. 39 we went down by. And the guys put on a lot of, you could see they got tired at the end, but they played that pressure act football in the first half. And not for anything, we play against a bit of a lesser side than GWS. We probably could win that game the way we played in the first half.
Did you just fade out? You see, faded out a bit.
Man, we spent
down a little bit in the second half.
Midway through the third quarter, through the whole fourth quarter, we pretty much spent the whole time defending for our life. It was like a bombardment. Like
they upped their level a little bit, you felt?
Yeah.
And you just couldn't match
Kelly and Cornelio. And they got Isaac Cumming came back into the side. He played really well. Buckley dominated out the back. Taylor. They got to win a flag, as you know, Sauce, you have to have great players. You have to have great players in key positions as well as a good football side. And they got great backs, great forwards in Toby Green and Hogan this year, and they got an unbelievable midfield. So they're going to be very tough to beat. I think 2 idiots said Freo would win the spoon. I didn't say they'd win the spoon.
I said they'd win the spoon, I think.
Oh, okay.
They're going to finish bottom 4. Don't worry about it.
Next up, the Cats defeated the Saints by 8 points at GMHBA Stadium. Maxi Holmes played really well for the Cats in this one, and your boy Ollie Dempsey, who we had on the bench, played really well. They just keep doing their thing. They still got Guthrie out as well, the Cats, so they're missing a few.
Paddy Dangerfield with the ice in the veins, bombed one from 50 to ice the game at the end there, which was good.
So they get the job done. The other game was a bit of an interesting one. The Suns win by 6 points against the Crows. They had them iced the whole game, and then Adelaide decided we're going to come back now and try and win this. And they end up losing it by 6 points. But it was interesting by the Suns. Key standouts for the Suns: Rao, Anderson, Miller, Flanders. These guys are dominating, man. They're unbelievable wits. They're just freaks, absolute freaks. Anderson, especially, Saucy's boy. Fuck, he's a jet.
I reckon he's a gun.
Then we had the Sunday games. The D's defeat the Dogs by 45. Dogs are shit. Seriously, if you're letting Melbourne beat you by 45, you're in a bit of strife. Seriously. Gawn dominated in this one. Petrarca put on a clinic as well. So they
It was close in the third quarter, and then they just kicked away in the fourth.
They just buried them. Port Adelaide beat West Coast by 50 at Adelaide Oval. You know, West Coast put up a fight in the first half. They played really, really good football. And then Port Adelaide ran away with it at the end. Harley Reid actually looked really good. Like, really, really good. Where did Bonko? Said Jules. Yeah, he disappeared in the second half. That's for sure. And then the Dockers defeat the Lions, who are now also 0-2. Along with their counterparts in Collingwood, who played in the grand final together last year.
Going against the history.
Lose by 23. Caleb Sarong had 47 touches in this game.
Disgraceful. They kicked the first 4 goals of the game, or 5 goals of the game, and then they go on to lose by 23. That's a 50-point turnaround, Dom.
Yeah, well,
over the course of the game. That is pathetic. The fact that they couldn't stem the bleeding and when it got rolling Fremantle's way, I understand they're playing at home, but jeez, terrible.
It's rubbish.
From Brisbane.
Not good at all. All right, so let's get to the games for this week. And it starts with Thursday Night Football. I don't know if they'd be happy to be playing this at the G, to be honest, because it is a St Kilda home game at the G Source, but they're playing against the Pies. So I don't know how happy they'd be about that.
They'd be happy because they get a good amount of crowd in, money for the club.
Yeah, it'd be good, 100%.
At the end of the day, you still got to play some games on the G.
It's true. You do.
But you might as well play against one of the big clubs. It's better than playing against Hawthorn. They won't get as many crowd there.
11th versus 15th.
The Pies are going to get their first win of the season.
Okay, nice. Sources go on Pies.
He's going to tip St Kilda.
I forgot to put my tips in last week, so I got all the away teams. I had a man.
He's going to tip St Kilda.
I'm going to tip St Kilda.
Oh no, Rossi Lyon's going to. If anyone can come up with a game plan, it's Ross.
I actually don't think the Pies are any good. Like from what I've seen, it's been a massive struggle. Crows v Cats at the Adelaide Oval.
Adelaide.
I am also going Adelaide. North Melbourne versus Fremantle at Marvel Stadium.
North Melbourne.
I'm going
to be terribly wrong.
I'm going North as well. Sarong could have 150 touches this week. Our midfield's pretty good, so we should be all right. Hawks versus D's at the G.
Demons.
I'm going Melbourne. Also, Swans, Bombers, SCG.
Sydney.
I'm going Sydney as well. Dogs versus Suns, Mars Stadium, Ballarat.
This is going to be a good game. I'm going to go with the Suns.
I reckon will. Ooh.
I'm going to go with the Suns.
Fuck, surely the Dogs, man. The Suns are third on the ladder at the moment, mind you.
That sunny weather.
This is actually a hard tip.
It is a hard tip. Dogs are usually good in Ballarat, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Historically.
I'm going to go Dogs. Hopefully the Bont can score 170 in Supercoach. Richmond, Port Adelaide at the G.
Jeez. Well, it would be typical of the flat track bullies to lose this game, wouldn't it, Dom?
It really would.
Well, if
It
they want
actually
to
will.
consider themselves Port Adelaide as genuine premiership
Ma-
contenders this year,
Source.
this is a
You
game
can't,
they must win,
they
right?
can't lose. They can't lose this week. Richmond are going to have like 3 rookies coming into this team. If they can't lose this week, surely.
Port Adelaide, I'll pick Port Adelaide. They can't lose. They have to win this game. This is a
Richmond
must-win.
lost. Richmond lost Banks, Prestia, and Gipkus, and someone else. I'm pretty sure they lost four players because then they had one on the bench. So, West Coast versus Giants, Optus Stadium.
Giants.
I'm also going Giants. Young, there you go. Said Jules. So they lost 4 players: Banks, Young, Prestia, Gipkus. So they can put 4 players in this week. It's going to be
The
interesting.
Lions did it last week too against Carlton. Same thing. Gave up a big lead. Can't be doing that in the AFL, mate. You just can't.
I'm telling you, if Brisbane struggle this year and they don't make, I know it's 2 weeks in, they're going to make finals surely. But if they don't make finals this year, that is like one of the most stacked rosters in the AFL to not play finals or come close to winning the flag. That team is so stacked. Brisbane, it's ridiculous. So there's our tips for this week, and then to end our segment 2. All right. And it wasn't North going to Tassie, so you can stop all your stupid freaking jokes now. All right. Even that you know they've got 82,000 members already, which we could have definitely have taken. We got the Tassie Devil sauce. Here they are. Nice logo. I like the Tassie Devil. Looks good. Would you agree, ladies and gents in the chat?
The logo looks quality.
It looks great. This is the first thing I saw as well. On the Tassie Devils in the Instagram feed, and I saw the logo, and I go, this looks fantastic, and I'm so happy there's a team in Tasmania. Let me just put the context in place now. All right, everything about this I love. What Andrew Dillon's going to do with the fixture, I don't know if I'm going to love that in 2028 because there's going to be a bye every week. I don't know what the hell he plans on doing. Besides the point, he can do with it then, and then he can get criticised then. But Tassie Devils, great name. Glad they were able to get the Tasmanian Devils as well, because remember they were thinking that they wouldn't be able to get this name. They got it sorted. The second thing I saw was a picture of Matthew Richardson holding the jersey. Now, I don't know if that picture's in this article, but this is what I saw next. And I said to myself, what in the blue hell is that?
Why didn't they put... Scroll
terrible.
down, Doma. Scroll down. All they had to do was put that on there. That's it.
But have you seen this? Source? See this? I shit you not. See this design?
Yeah.
They could have even had like a bit of a pattern in the jersey.
Yes.
And made it completely different. Now, as outside of the Suns and the Giants, all right, power as well. Oh, power fall into this category. There's 4 jersey types in the AFL. Do you know what they are, Source?
Stripes, sash.
Hoops and V. The V. Where you can have one color one side, one color up the top, or you can have the V coming down. So Port Adelaide's got like the light blue V, black jersey. So there's 4 types. Hoops, stripes, hoops, stripes, sash, V. And we went with an outline of the state of Tasmania with a T in the middle.
Go back to it. Scroll to it. That. Come on, man.
That's rubbish, man. Matty
surely
Cairns,
that can't be the final design. There must be surely the
Cairns,
feedback they would have got off this and
they have to change it. They have to. Maybe that's just the thing to say, welcome to Tasmania. You know, this isn't the jersey. I hope that is the thing. Because it looks like, not for anything, it's a rep. Like, it looks like a rep side. We're playing for Tassie as a state team. Everyone comes together, and it's like, oh, we play for the big T. You know what I mean? Like, I get that, but not for a footy top. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Matty Cams did send the message to me, and he said it looks like a Christmas tree. I actually like the colors. There's a lot that you can actually do with those colors.
I feel like they should have. I don't know. The jersey itself shouldn't be green. I think they should emphasize the green devil on the front and change the color of the jersey.
To what though? Red or yellow?
Choose another color. The color palette's a million. I don't know.
No, I think that's because that's the colors of Tassie is the green. Is for like the state. That's why they've gone with it. So
either way, if they stick with that, it looks like shit.
What's the new swooping pie jersey? Let's have a look what that is. New Collingwood Magpies jersey. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, it's okay. I'll bring it up. So this is the top that he's saying, and had like the what's it called? The devil instead. Where are we?
Let's see.
Oh, why is that? Oh, fuck's sakes. Anyway, it's this one here.
Yeah, I see it.
In all honesty, that looks shit too, Jules. So sorry if you're a Collingwood supporter. You can have that crap, or you can have the best new top in the AFL at the moment, which is this. Where is it? Is it this one? No, not that one. I got to find it. Fisher was wearing it on the weekend in the game. It looked unbelievable. Mate, just back to the 90s. Dominance also might sign up to play for the Tassie team. Go for your life, son. I'll support you. I'll be your sponsor. You won't get much out of me, but I'll get tickets, and that's all that matters, I think. Also, I'll be happy with that. So, beautiful. That's it for the footy. Let us know your thoughts on the top. I know a lot of people are not happy with it, so they probably have to go back to the drawing board with that. And I would have thought when you get a graphic designer to come in and design your top, that they would have put it through all the simulations of sash, swoop, sash, hoop, stripe, V. I would have thought they would have done that. But anyway, clearly not. Let's move on. Source UFC before hobby talk.
Yes, Doma, UFC. There was a card over the weekend. But before we get into that, make sure you head over to www.rollclean.com.au and don't be the smelly guy at the gym. Roll in with confidence and destroy the competition. Not just guy, women as well. Got the lemon twist soap here. Make sure you check out the variety. Lemon. Also got the badass beard oil right here, which is just smells absolutely amazing. They keep you fresh and smelling good. The magnesium bath salts, they go well after a hard training session. So make sure you check them out, www.rollclean.com.au, and use the code double coverage for 20% off your first order. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had a card over the weekend. Bam Bam Tuivasa got submitted by Marcin Tybura in the main event. Unfortunately, our boy, got to say, no discredit to Bam Bam or anything, but he's not up to the level of the elite heavyweights in the UFC. He just really isn't. And that's where it's at. That's where it's at. You know, can he beat someone on his day? Yeah, he can. But I just feel like he doesn't add enough string to his bow to become, to that level. And when you look at, what the level is right at the top there, I just don't think he has the potential to even have the chance to win a title one day. Could prove me wrong. He could prove me wrong, but I just don't think it's going to come. But no discredit to him. Obviously, still an amazing effort to be fighting at that level of MMA, and he's making a tremendous amount of money. So congratulations to him on that. But unfortunately, he's just never going to be at that level, regardless. But Marcin Tybura got him with the submission, rear naked choke in the first round. Didn't get past the first round, so it just goes to show you where he's at. Brian Battle, no contest against Angel Lusa. There's a bit of drama in this one, Doma. Brian Battle calling Angel Lusa an absolute I think it was calling him a bitch or a pussy or something, whatever, because he believes he faked an eye poke, which it looks very suspicious because Battle was beating him 2-1. There was a minute to go in that second round. He was beating him 2-1, was getting his ass whooped, and so he seems to think that he's faked the eye poke, milked it for all it's worth to get a no contest so that he didn't have to go into the third round, where if he didn't knock out Brian Battle, he probably would have lost the fight, or submitted him, he would have lost the fight. So maybe they verse again. Who knows? You had light heavyweight Vince St. Peru defeating Kennedy Nezchuku from Nigeria. That's a tough one to say. Vince St. Peru, the complete underdog, plus 380 odds, which is just unbelievable. Be around $3.80 odds. Beat a heavy favorite. So congrats to him. Christian Rodriguez in the featherweight division defeats Isaac Dugarian on a decision. And the women's bantamweight, you have Marcy Chiasen defeated Penai Kianzad with a submission in the first round. And then the middleweight division, you had Gerald Mishchat defeating Brian Barberena with a submission in the second round. And then, on the prelims, honorable mention, Danny Silva defeated Josh Kulabau, the Aussie, in the featherweight division. Third round over the 3 rounds in a decision. Fight was pretty close, so you can't get too disheartened with the loss. He'll go back to the drawing board, Joshy, and he'll be back again. But there was a whole bunch of fights on, so check it out, the replays, if you want to watch that. And you have got a fight night this weekend, UFC at the Apex, starting at 1 p.m. the main card, and the main event is Amanda Ribas against Rose Thug Namajunas. She's back finally in action, so we'll see if she can bring back her old form. And then the co-main event, you got heavyweights Carl William against the against the New Zealander, adopted Aussie, Justin Tafa, who has absolute rocket hands. So this should be full of action, and potentially someone's getting put to sleep. I feel like it in that one. And then, you can check out the rest of the card. The prelims kick off from 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. The main card kicks off from 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Check your local guides for the start time for you. But that's UFC done for another week. Doma, you're on mute.
Thank you, Sauce. We'll jump straight into hobby talk. There isn't much on, but we do have one thing. Do you have a lemon you got to give?
Yes, Doma, I do have a lemon. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's got absolutely nothing to do with the hobby or nothing. It's just a funny video that came across my feed, and I thought, you know what, I want to share this with the Double Coverage family for anyone that has not seen it. And let me just tell you, I should have been prepared.
Well, I haven't seen it, so
I'll get the video up. Hang on,
you might have to give another lemon in a second as well. So.
Here we go. Let's get rid of that. All right. We're gonna bring it up. Let's see if I can share audio.
Here we go. Where's it go for us?
All right. We're gonna zoom it in. Here we go, Doma.
No way unless I push and shut up. Don't take.
Look, watch this. Watch his nose.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's how quick.
No way unless I push.
We'll watch it again, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't take.
knocked his glasses off. How did he not see that coming? Sorry, Doma, but how did he not see that coming that he was going to get absolutely clobbered on the rebound?
Oh, he thought he was going to clear it, the wall.
Mate, the guy thinks he's Tiger Woods and he thinks he's going to clear that wall. Look how close he is to it. At
He's
least come back here, you would have cleared it. For that, sir, for hitting yourself on the rebound
That's pretty funny.
with a golf ball off the brick wall and
That's pretty funny.
potentially putting a scar on your face for life because
He's
he's
broken his nose there.
He's broken his nose. It's split open. You, sir, are a lemon. What a peanut.
That's pretty funny. That's very funny. What an absolute clown. All right, Sauce, let's get straight into the great news that has come out this week. Because as you know, last week, Saucy gave the Le Mans to the great man that got the Wemby 101, Black 101, graded with PSA, got a 10, and then he gave a shout out to Kurt's Card Care. And we said, this guy's a lemon. And I know we all turned around last week and people were saying, yeah, but PSA are lemons and this and that. To make things even worse with PSA, and I think they have to be categorized with that guy, Sauce. I think it's everyone in that situation are lemons. This has come out. I will share it with you. This right here. I'm going to read it to you. So it says, today PSA President Ryan Hoge took to social media to address the controversy around the 23 Panini Prism Victor Wembanyama Black 101, which is graded PSA 10. Below is the full post. Lots of conversations about this card in recent days. I got to hold it and its cousin while they were both in the house, which is talking about the Black Shimmer Photo 101 as well. That's the cousin. PSA stands by the original assessment, and our graders did not detect anything with the surface to deem it was altered. That said, I want to clarify, PSA does not approve of any chemicals or foreign substances being added to the surface of a card to improve the condition or appearance. If we detect that it has happened to any card, we will consider it altered. So the guy's admitted now, Sauce, to doing it, and then post this. Sauce. PSA does not approve of any chemicals or foreign substances being added to the surface of a card to improve the condition or appearance. Source. If we detect that it has happened to any card, we will consider it altered. Let me just read. This is the most important part of the whole entire thing. Source. I don't care about anything else. Just think about the grader. If we detect that this has happened to any card, we will consider it altered. And guess what, Source? If they don't detect it, it's free game. And they haven't been able to detect it for so long.
Doma, you know what that means? You know what that means? Yeah! Let's go! Kurt's Cub Care. We got everything, mate. We got the wax. We got the wax here. Oh, it's a bit salty. Kurt, what do you put in there, buddy? What do you put in there? It's a bit salty, mate. It's a bit salty. We got the spray. We got everything, mate. We got the works. Hey, I got my Poku rookie. I'm gonna get a PSA 10 on this. Hang on. Bit of spray on there. Hang on. Where's my little mitt? Oh, yeah, wipe it down. Fresh. Oh, look, fresh as, mate. Fresh. Kurt, add a bit of wax. What do you reckon? I've got a few little scratches there. I'll get a little bit of wax. Hang on. Isn't this the little tool that he used? There you go. Puts it on there.
Oh,
a little bit of wax.
It is the tool.
A little bit of wax. Oh, a little bit of wax on that. Oh, yes, I've cleaned it. A little bit of wax. There you go. Poku. PSA 10 coming up right now. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a fuck about this card because this guy's an absolute dud. So, clearly, that's why I'm doing it on this card. But, there we go. Here we go. There's the wax on it.
Well, you got it in hand.
Then you just shine it up. Hang on.
Okay.
Let me tell you, Dom, once you put that wax on and you shine it up with this little thing that you're supposed to use, you can't even tell
extra
it's
layer. It's got a new layer added to it.
Maybe they need to smell it because you can sort of smell a bit of saltiness on it. It's got a sort of stench. That's a PSA 10 right there. That's a PSA 10. Hey, Kurt can fix that. Hey, I can fix that now. All you got to do, just unwind the bottle, pour the bottle out, soak the card, and expand it up, mate.
Well, you got the kid. Can you show us how it comes?
All right,
What the
I'll show
hell
you.
is going on? Make
Hang on.
yourself big. What is going on?
Make me big. Make me big.
I don't even know what the hell's happening here.
All right. So it comes this little place card that you
What
got.
the-
Phone place card that you put. Hey, market research. Market research, right? Oh, PSA can't detect it, so you might as well do it,
Look at the Poku card.
right? You got your little wax stick. There's your little wax stick that you. Put
What
the
is that
wax on.
actually made? What? How does he actually made that thing?
I don't know. It's like a little foam thing with a piece of plastic on the top.
Okay.
And then you get given a little microfiber cloth.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get some.
Get them with your glasses.
Yeah, you get some makeup wipes.
Yeah, my wife's got plenty of those. I might be able to make some of this out of the garage.
Hey, you can make it in your garage, mate. That's what he's done. And this is the most important tool, though. Hang on. There's this. It gives you a plastic straw. These are rare things in Australia these days. It's all freaking paper straws. So
What's that
mate.
for?
So that's
Is that
for if you
To blow stuff off.
that to blow stuff off and to also push the liquid across.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And then here, hang on. This is the most important tool. This is when you got a bit of a, you got to push down the edge or you got to push down the corner.
There it is. There's the famous tool.
There's the famous corner tool, mate. This is the corner tool that Otia Sports has been using for years, mate. All right? That's how it's done. What have we told you on this show a number of times? It's now being confirmed by PSA that they can't detect shit. When you've got a guy in their own office admitting to using Kurt's cum care and they still can't detect it, or they've chosen not to detect it, but at the end of the day, they can't detect it because if you go have a look at Kurt's timeline, he's got that many examples of them using that stuff to the card and regrading it, SGC and sending stuff to SGC, sending stuff to
100%.
Beckett, sending stuff to
100%.
PSA. None of them can detect it.
They've
Right?
got no idea.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we always tell you in this hobby. You know, if you're a true hobbyist and you genuinely collect cards and care about the cards, right? You would know that this is not good. Because if you go have a look at Blowout, there is forums about people soaking cards, this and that. And many years later, when the card is not being kept in the optimal conditions, like it may have been kept in a bit too much of a warm room, and that card cracking and flaking and shit like that. To think that this does not have an effect on the card long term, you are actually a peanut. You are actually a peanut. Seriously.
In all honesty now, I know we've been joking a whole bunch. That, ladies and gentlemen, that actually is the kit. Saucy hasn't just slapped the Kurt's cum care sticker on a box, and that's actually the kit. So he's got a kit in. He wants to see what it's all about. We've been giving it shit for so long. It's like, might as well just give him the money. But it's not for anything. Kurt can turn your $1 into $100,000. Very simple, mate. So
Might as well do it.
Might as well do it. As the statement said, if we detect that this has happened to any card, we'll consider it altered. Mate, the guy told you straight to your face that he altered the card and you did nothing about it. So, what can I say? I don't know what to say about that. Kurt's card care is a form of altering. Well, the video you sent us, the guy said it wasn't. So, which is funny, Magda. Jules says, I call dibs on the straw because it's plastic. It's the most important thing in there, he says. But in all honesty, the before joking, as I was saying, when you smell it, what's it actually smell like? Does it smell like? Is there a fume
wax?
to it? Yeah, is there like a
Or the
fume
spray?
to it? Is it like a
The spray's
beeswax?
Yeah, it feels a bit like it doesn't. It's not obviously.
Is the
it's
spray a
it's
bit
stick
like?
wax?
Is the spray like? I'd probably be able to know. Glasses cleaner. Have you ever got a glasses cleaner spray? It's got that smell
my
to
mum's
it.
got
I
one
wonder.
downstairs.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it smells like that. To be honest.
Hey, at least he knows he's filing for tax. He's got an LLC, so at least
That's
he knows he's
good.
doing
Good
the
on
right
him.
thing.
Yeah, that's good. Likeable Lemon company over there.
The wax is interesting. Like it's.
Can I use it for my hair?
Hang on, I'll put myself big again. It's. Oh. That's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like all crusted over in there, though.
Right? It's a bizarre smell.
Magda said, "Source email Kurt for the ingredients."
It's a bit salty. No, honestly, it's not really salty. I'm just taking the piss. But you know what? Funny enough, you know what's funny about this, Dom? This whole thing with Kurt's, cum care, and it's blown up over the last, say 18 months.
18 months. Yeah.
I seen when I first came into this hobby, and I'm talking back in 2018, late 2018, right? I seen 2018, early 2019, before it all went,
went gangbusters.
Gangbusters. I seen someone on a live on Instagram, and they were getting what's known, you buy this product at like a super cheap auto or a car store, and it was actually meant for when you got the automatic buffers, you put this stuff on your car, it's got a little scratch, not massive scratch, but smaller, scratches that you might get from your keys, or, keys rubbing against the door when you go to open the door, stuff, small ones, right? You put that in, and you get the buffer, and you buffer that over it.
To actually use the buffer.
It comes out. So what they did is they got that same wax from the auto store. This is some bloke in America. I seen him on a live. Put the wax on there and got a microfiber cloth, similar to this little pad thing, like a microfiber style, like that, where I've had my wax on before, and rubbed that in. And sure enough, he showed the card up and put it back under the light, and the mark was gone. So I've seen this going on for, people using not Kurt's Cum Care's wax, but, some sort of other wax or substance meant for cars on cards. So who knows how long this shit's been going on for, Dom? You know what I mean? It's just coming to light because of Kurt and this whole scenario. But, mate, this has been happening for 5+ years and maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years. People have been trying to do dodgy shit, trimming cards, all that sort of shit for ages. So it's rife with absolute, I don't know.
Do you want to know the funniest thing, Sauce? This is going to put a cat amongst the pigeons, mate. What about every single bulk sub / grading service that offered card cleaning? What's to say you never see their process? What's to say they weren't actually putting this stuff onto your cards before sending it? And we're just like, we trust card cleaning services, this and that, but we don't trust Kurt's Card Care. It's a funny one. I'll just leave that there with all of you, and I just want you to think about it. Source, how much did that kit cost you, mind you?
Oh, man, I got ripped, man. I think it's like 40 US or some shit.
Oh, 40
so for market
US,
research, for 40...
That's bargain, mate, if you ask me.
It's bargain, because it turns your cards into PSA 10s. You get the money back anyway, in tenfold. So,
that's the whole point.
Investment, if you ask me, Doma. It's a great investment. PSA can't detect shit.
That's it.
Juice them up, as they say. Juice them up. Just like how they couldn't detect Barry Bonds back in the day, in the 90s. Juice them up.
There it is, baby. Right here. If we detect it, we consider it altered. But this is the best quote. Our graders did not detect anything with the surface to deem it was altered, baby. That's all we love. So you know what that calls for. The Kurt theme song, baby.
Okay, we can't do that shit. Don't turn it away.
I made him join him. You're on the money,
I made him join him, exactly. Crack them BGS slab. Join him up with a bit of coke.